My name is Katie Hopkins, and I thought I would bring you an update of some of the corona bollocks going on around the globe, mostly for our own amusement, actually, as we try to stay sane in a sea of madness. First up, South Australia. The decision to imprison an entire people was made off the back of one gentleman and his COVID diagnosis. He said he popped in for pizza. Turns out he was actually working in the pizza bar, cash in hand. But the point is, a politician decided to lock down an entire people's off the back of one gentleman's COVID diagnosis. What next? If someone else tells a lie, do we lock down the whole of Australia? If another pizza worker lies, what do you want to do? Shut down Sydney? I mean, this is the madness we're up against. Not to be outdone, of course, gruesome Newsom over in California has decided that due to the lockdown surge, he's going to stop people going out in the evening. You're not going to be allowed out from 10 p.m. till 5 a.m. Gruesome Newsom appears to have worked out that COVID only comes out at night. It's like COVID is a bat or something, like the Chinese people were supposed to be sucking on when they gave us this COVID, if we were to choose to believe that, rather than it came out of a lab and was organised as part of some new world order. Anywho, he's locking people down from 10 p.m. at night so they can't go out. Now, of course, COVID doesn't go out in the daytime, that's what he's decided, and nor does COVID affect people having $700 dinners at fancy pants restaurants in Napa like Gavin Newsom himself was doing just a few days back. 12 or 14 people, no mask, no social distancing, him and his mates out for dinner in an area that he's now locked down. Funny how that works, isn't it? One rule for you, one rule for me. And in Scotland, the ginger dwarf from the north, so called because she is nipple height, gingered haired, and Scottish, she has decided to imprison the Scottish people as well. They're not allowed to leave Scotland. If Scottish people try and leave Scotland, which if I was Scottish, I would try and get away from Nicola Sturgeon too, they will be held at the border and possibly fined as well. She's suggesting a 60 quid fine if you try and escape Scotland and escape the ginger dwarf from the north. I mean, if I did try and run away from her, I would be a long way away from her because I can run and I'm a normal sized individual. If she did catch me, she'd only be able to bite my, shins. So I wouldn't be too scared. I say to all decent Scottish people, why not run away, come to England and, I don't know that Bojo's any better actually. And then finally, not to be outdone in Germany, Heiko Maas, who's the foreign minister, has come out and said that the biggest threat facing Europe today is right-wing extremists. And he says that right-wing extremists are gathering and mobilising because of COVID. He's associating people like me, I think, who don't agree with the vaccine, don't believe in the vaccine, don't believe that people with a 99.7 recovery rate need a vaccine. He's saying that people like me are using that tool to recruit people to be right-wing extremists. So he's saying that right-wing extremists are the biggest threat Europe faces, despite the fact we just had Islamist attacks in Nice, in Vienna, and we had a guy beheaded in Paris as well. But no, of course, it's always white, British, German, Swedish, Finnish nationals that are to blame for everyone, particularly in the eyes of the Germans. I think what we can say, and safely say, is that perhaps historically, many of us wondered how it could ever come to pass that innocent Jewish people would be rounded up with the help often of others. How was it so few guards were needed to keep people in horrific camps? And how was it ever that the Berlin Wall was built? How did that come to pass? How was that even possible that you would lock down one part of a country and prevent people going places that they wanted to go to? But I think the more that 2020 rolls on, the more we see history repeating itself, and the more we see how very easy it was for Hitler and for the Germans to lock people in camps or to build walls. Anyway, my main message isn't one of desperation. My message is that the key thing is that we resist and that we try to prevail, because we are islands of sanity in this sea of madness. And whatever it takes, many of us will not go down without a fight. I think better to live on our feet than to die on our knees. And if it takes being locked up, I signed up for that a very long time ago. So, 3 keywords: resist, defy, prevail. More Corona bollocks from me, no doubt, coming very soon.